again here on the Friday night panel featuring Mike Orr, Neil the Deal, myself, Grumpy Graham. Should say extremely Grumpy Graham today.
Extremely grumpy Graham, yes.
It has taken us a
Giver,
while.
giver.
It has taken us a while to figure out this technology, but here we are. And speaking of figuring things out, I guess Matchroom have a few things to figure out on their end of the pond.
Woo!
I can't believe Alicia Baumgartner got caught taking drugs that she claimed she didn't, as did Connor Ben claim he didn't, and as Dillian White has claimed he didn't either. Yet they're all on in the Matchroom stable, and they're all facing heavy, heavy pressure over there right now from not only the media, but these various anti-doping agencies that don't look too kindly on these celebrities getting caught doing drugs.
No. The funny thing is that she says, I tested positive before my July fight, or was it June? June fight?
I believe. Yeah, I think she had a June, and then one after as well. So anyway,
yeah. So either way, I tested positive before the fight, but then afterwards I had two other ones where I didn't test positive at all. Oh, so I guess the drugs ran through your system.
she drank a lot of orange juice.
Yeah, she drank water and orange juice. That's why she passed the two after the match. But the thing is leading up to that match, you tested positive for two banned substances. Not just one, two. Bullshit, you didn't take it. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. You can't. How? And why is it the Matchroom stable?
Now, remember how we all discussed how Eddie Hearn was able to get Connor Ben back off the ropes and back into the game, so to speak? Well, lo and behold, don't the anti-dope agencies decide to appeal that decision? So he's now going back into the, shall we say, suspended list. So his fight is not over by any stretch. Because eating eggs was just not a valid enough excuse.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, crazy stuff happening in Great Britain. Whatever they'll do to produce a champion, boys? Ooh, hey, by the way, on my news shows, speaking of champions, I noticed there's a Canadian heavyweight who's 8-0, who's fighting in September. His name's Ricardo Brown. Trains these days out of Brantford, but originally from Jamaica, but he's a Canadian boy now. And he's 8-0, undefeated heavyweight.
Right on. I've heard of him.
Just thought I'd bring that up for in case, Carl might be listening.
Yeah. Carl's got he's actually got a new job. Actually, he told me. He's now the media, the social media guy for a local soccer club. So yeah, I don't know if he's listening, but if he is, hey Carl, what's up, buddy?
Hey girl.
And he is. The North American Commission could learn a lot from the BBOC.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
How to hide drugs? Honestly, Carl, what are your thoughts on your girl, Alicia Baumgartner, and her testing positive? Because realistically, they all say it. Oh, I've never taken it. Hey, well, maybe your trainer is rubbing it into your body with that cream that makes you feel better after a workout.
Mm.
You never know.
You never do know.
You never know these days, right? Could be something.
It's pretty strange how it keeps happening, eh, guys?
Keeps happening. Anyway, I'd like to ask Carl, who the heck is Simon Jordan? This guy seems to go to war with Eddie Hearn more than I do. not that I ever go to war with Eddie Hearn, but I'm just saying, like, this guy Simon Jordan is all over the media on our side of the pond, even though he seems to be British, and he seems to have quite a hard-on for Eddie Hearn, that's for sure. Here's a quote. Hearn and Jordan have previously clashed on multiple occasions over Hearn's handling of Connor Ben's situation and renewed hostilities last week when discussing this and the cancellation of the Anthony Joshua versus Deal White rematch due to White's latest drug test issues. Jordan has now pulled Hearn up on comments he made during this exchange, which are relevant to Baumgartner's case. So who the heck is Simon Jordan? North Americans want to know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Simon Jordan, never heard of him.
So, we got some fights this weekend.
Bring it on.
Dennis McCann.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, man. Dennis McCann against Balta. This one, we'll battle it out at the legendary York Hall, live TNT Sports. McCann is just 22. He's on fire right now, with a shiny 14-0 record, boasting 8 KOs. Remember his matches against Charles Tondo, James Beach Jr., and Joe Ham. He claims some serious titles there. And then we got Belta, the powerhouse. His recent victory over Andrew Kane, talk of the town. No doubt he's eyeing to give young McCann a challenge. This one should be good, man. This one, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Main event ring walks are approximately 10 p.m., which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dennis the Menace himself, he's got his own agenda here. He's looking to come out and keep that O and really come in here and bring it to him. And preparing for a fight isn't just about physical training. It's also about that discipline and sacrifices. And McCann is one of those guys that takes that very serious, man. He's one of these kids that does not mess around when it comes to prepping for his fights, and it does show in the ring. So this one's definitely going to turn out to be a great battle.
Apparently, you should be talking in the past tense. Apparently, it's already happened.
Yes. But for all the people over here who haven't seen it, Carl, I wasn't going to tell everybody that it's already happened. Give people something to watch tonight. Yeah. Sorry that you guys are so ahead of us. But yes, guys, go check it out. You can watch it again. It happened today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. But yes, for all the guys that have missed it, I'm not going to let you guys know what it is. But yes, what a great bout. I can't wait to see it. I have it recorded. So please, Carl, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. We got to have something to watch after this. And then, Yaffe and Frank.
Yeah.
This one's going to be good.
Neil was talking about that.
Utility Arena is where all the action will be. August 19th, thanks to Matchroom Boxing again. Next gen card is set to light up the boxing world in the UK. And, Galal Yaffe's professional record is quite a spectacle. He's undefeated with 4 victories, 3 of those being knockouts. Yaffe claimed the WBC international title during his very first professional match at London's Renown 02. And since then, he successfully defended it at global recognized arenas like Madison Square Gardens, Abu Dhabi's Etihad Arena, and once again at the O2 earlier this year. This one, guys, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start. Main event, approximate ring walk is 10 p.m. Tommy Frank, the challenger, hailing from Sheffield, is not one to be taken lightly. Despite a recent loss to Jay Harris, he concluded in a dramatic 10th round stoppage. Frank's credentials are noteworthy, boasting 15 wins and holding titles such as Central Area Commonwealth, WBC International Silver, and the IBO Intercontinental Flyweight. He's now gunning to overthrow Yaffe. A win here would open doors for bigger challenges in the flyweight realm. In the space of a year, Yaffe has transitioned from being a fresh professional to headlining events. So this one's going to be a good one to watch, guys. So make sure you tune in for this one. Definitely. We got another kid on here, man. Cyrus Pattinson, rising welterweight talent from Allenwick, is someone to keep an eye on, guys. I've been telling you this for a while. Fresh off a stellar win against Chris Jenkins that handed him the WBA international title. He's now preparing to face Wolverhampton's Conor Walker. He wants to continue his winning streak in the 147-pound division. So this one should be a great match, man. Definitely some great undercard action here. Not only do we have Pattinson, we got Solomon DeCarries on here taking on Chris Thompson. Jordan Flynn taking on Kane Baker is on this one also. Aaron Bowen taking on Wilmer Barron. Muhammad Ali taking on Francisco Rodriguez. Yes, and Muhammad Ali from England. Selkan, Sean Jackson, and I believe there's one that I might have forgotten on here. Kalal Majid versus Alessandro Ferlusa. So you know what? Some names that aren't quite quite that headlining names, but it's definitely going to be something to watch. Some boxing. At least we get some boxing, right?
There you go.
Oh man, what did Carl type there? Jesus, Carl! I told you not to tell me.
I wouldn't read it if I were you.
I don't want to read it. I'm trying not to look at it. Now I got this damn comment right on the side here, and I'm like, oh man.
Hey guys, Mike,
Yeah.
did you talk about the Nikita Tszyu fight? How was this?
Oh.
Did you?
No, not yet.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that was interesting. Tim Tszyu's little brother.
Yeah,
another son of Costa Tszyu, right?
Pardon me?
The other son, I guess, of Costa Tszyu. I don't really know how many kids he has, but apparently Nikita is fighting this weekend.
Nikita Tszyu. Yeah, you know what? He's not as good as his brother, but definitely there.
Well, he's got the pedigree with the family name, obviously.
Yeah, well, he's got the pedigree.
His brother's obviously really doing well this year, and oh yeah. So I'm sure he's got some.
Nikita, you know what? He's still, he's sub 10 fights. He is sporting, like an 83 or 84% knockout rating. I believe he's 6-0, 5 KOs. He's only 25. I do like him. They call him the Butcher. He's not his brother, but he shows promise. He's taking on Jack
Brubaker.
Yeah, that's right.
Brubaker.
Yeah, and that one's set for, I think, an 8-rounder. This one, Australia Fox, definitely, it's a good one. But this is not till the 23rd. So, we definitely have lots of time to talk about this one. This one's going to be in the middle of the week, guys. A lot of up and comers on this card out of Australia and New Zealand. So it's definitely
it's coming up in the tournament. Yeah.
Put on by No Limit Boxing Promotions. They've put on some good shows over the years that I've watched. So I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah. Canadian fighters bang average, eh? That's a hell yeah. Well, there you go.
We have a big fight coming up in Poland. I hope you're going to be talking about that.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
A little dry in here. A little dry. No drinks this time, right? So, unfortunately, nothing.
Yeah, Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois going toe-to-toe finally. I think it's the only title championship in the heavyweight division this year, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be because too many of these guys are just floating around, not fighting each other.
Yeah.
No.
But, what can you say?
Well, how can they when they keep getting tested positive?
Yeah. Well, pretty soon they're going to have two divisions for each division. One for the guys that are doing PEDs, not doing PEDs, right?
Honestly, I was always one to say, you know what? We should have a steroid sports too. Like we should have the sports that's regular and then have the steroid version. Guys, You guys want to pump yourself up and punch each other's heads off your necks? Go right ahead.
That's it.
It'll make for some entertainment. But
Do either of you know if they test in the MMA? Does Dana White test them?
They all test. They get shit for smoking weed.
Really?
Yeah, man. They get fined for smoking weed.
Jeez.
But then you got people like what's his name? John Jones. You got John Jones, doing cocaine, sipping booze, shooting guns out of his friggin' Bentley while driving down the street. The man's still signed.
Oh yeah.
So a big discussion erupted whether or not it's even worth it for the Saudis to bid on a fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Like it'll be a non-title fight. And Anthony Joshua didn't put on what anyone would call a stellar performance. Yeah, he knocked out Helenius, but everyone's kind of going, yeah, so. And Deontay Wilder
also fought 6 days before that in a 10-round event.
Yeah, I'm not decrying his efforts. What I'm saying is a lot of the boxing critics out there We're saying this week, is it really worth it for the Saudis to put up the many millions of dollars to create a mega fight between two heavyweights who the boxing world may not really care about right now? Even Eddie Hearn said speaking of Eddie Hearn, he's going to put a 2-3 week limit cap on negotiations. If they fall through, he's looking for another fight for Joshua before the year's end. So he's looking
with Wilder.
He's looking to keep Joshua busy. That's for sure, and I'll give him credit for that for sure. But busy for what? Is he going to enter the ring against Tyson Fury? I don't think so. Who's left out there? Ruiz, maybe Ruiz Jr. Maybe. You know what I mean? Like there's not much out there for Joshua who he can beat.
Honestly, I think he needs another fight before he gets in there with Wilder. Wow. He was too hesitant in that Helenius fight, and there was a lot of times where Wilder would have thrown that nasty right hand from hell, and if it would have connected, Joshua would have been sleeping. So I think he's not ready for it. He's still too hesitant when it comes to letting his hands go. Sure, he worked that jab wonderfully in the fight, but it took to the 7th round to throw a right hand, and then when he threw the right hand, it connected. But it connected to a guy that fought 6 days before that, went 10 rounds, and it's kind of a lackluster performance. Sure, he needed it. He needed that vote of confidence. He was supposed to fight Dillian Whyte. They had a game plan, man. Dillian Whyte's lost all his fights the same way, by that coming in and getting that inside uppercut. That was the recipe. That was it. Dillian Whyte was supposed to charge. Joshua was supposed to come in with that uppercut, knock him out, gain his confidence back. Instead, he beat a guy who fought 6 days before that. Took him 7 rounds. But lackluster 7 rounds. I was not impressed.
But I don't know if you just noticed, Carl from Last Bell Boxing just chimed in with a really good point about Anthony Joshua. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen anyone leave the ring after a victory and dance around with his friends and cohorts down ringside. I've never seen that ever, and I think the word disrespectful is absolutely correct in that instance. What was the man thinking? Seriously,
I don't know, but it was kind of funny to see Conor McGregor pour a whole bunch of Guinness down his throat, though.
Yeah. That was
funny. Yeah. His trainers are probably like, "You're gonna have to do fucking 20 push-ups now, man. You gotta burn that shit off." You know what? Wilder blasted Helenius out and won. Yeah. So what do you think Wilder would do to Joshua if Joshua had to take 7 rounds to take that man out? Like, come on. Yeah. Like, honestly,
that's a huge step up there, Wilder, as compared to Helenius. That is a giant step, Mike. That would be, like you said, he needs a fight or two before he gets up into the Wilder.
I don't think so. I think Joshua's over. I'll tell you why. I wish I could recall the article I was reading on this one, but it said specifically Joshua's lost the eye of the tiger. Yep. So he
came out to the damn Rocky and got it smacked out of him.
That's right. even if he came out swinging for the fences, shall we say, and scored a direct hit on Wilder's head, which, as we all know, is a soft eggshell, he might win. But to go toe to toe over several rounds with Wilder, he's playing with fire. So anyway, I don't know. That's why I'm in agreement. I don't know if we need that fight. Yeah,
I don't think we need any more Joshua fights, and I don't think he needs to fight anymore at all. You know what? He should just go sit at home and enjoy his $80 million net worth, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's why he's lost the eye of the tiger. You know what? He doesn't have to get punched in the face anymore, and that Money in the Bank says it all. You want to be relevant? Become a telecaster. Because he ain't knocking anybody out now. Not with that weak ass right.
Well, not any of the guys that are in the heavyweight division at the top of the division, that's for sure.
You beat a guy up who's not even your caliber, who fought 6 days before that, and it took you 7 rounds to get him out after he just went 10 rounds.
He didn't even. Helenius was just thrown in there because, as we know,
they approached Helenius 5 minutes after he finished his other fight and said, "Hey man, you want to jump in the ring?" He's like, "Sure." Yeah, because he needs a payday.
Exactly.
Right.
And so did Joshua.
Yeah.
And so did Hearn.
Joshua needed that vote of confidence. Because even after his last win against Franklin, right? Let's be real. That wasn't a great win. And you know what? his people let him know that. They booed that shit. They thought it was a garbage win. And he's heard them all about that. So he needed this as like a boost. He needed this confidence boost. That's why he went crazy when he hit that. When he hit Hellenius and knocked him out, it's like he won the friggin' Powerball $100 billion lottery. You know what I mean? Or he just became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Bro, you knocked out a guy who's like shouldn't even have been in there with you.
I do.
Let's give him a golf clap.
I do like what Bob Arum had to say. And again, not many people in the boxing world appreciate what these old fellas have to say. And what I think the guy's like 90. But the point of the matter is he said, his top prospect in the heavyweight division happens to be with him, but it's Jared Anderson. 13-0. He's saying this upcoming year is going to be a breakout year.
Guess who else agrees with us?
Exactly.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yes,
Yep.
I heard that as without
Yes, I asked him who his favorite and next upcoming heavyweight out of the United States is going to be, and he without hesitation said it's going to be Jared Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's had a few fights to figure it out, Mike? Like he kind of knows a little bit about boxing, that Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, you know,
just a little bit, right?
You might know a little tad.
Yeah,
you might know a little tad, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was great seeing him on the show the other night, Brooke Show. That was fantastic.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen that, go check that out, man. No punches pulled with no mercy. Brooke Deerdorf, last guest Tuesday was none other than
he's
Carl, don't do that to me, bud. Listen. Yes, Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
He's not a bum, Carl. Come on. He started his career at 118 pounds and became a heavyweight champ.
118? Well, yeah, when he was an amateur, right, Mike? He was 118.
Show me another guy who started at 100. Show me another guy who started at what my shit weighs. Like
5 or 6 or something. Holy smokes.
Like my dog weighs more than that. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. He's not a bum. He's come on.
No, Anderson's a bum, he says.
Oh, Anderson's a bum.
No,
okay. I thought it was... All right, my mistake. Sorry, Carl. I'll let you off this one then. Well, yeah. So
13-0.
What do we?
No, Anderson's looking good. We all know that. He looked good in his last fight, right? And he went the distance for the first time in his career. So he's got a little more, he's got the gas in the tank to go a little farther, I think. You know what I'm saying? In the upcoming fights that he's going to have, maybe later this year, maybe early next year. But Anderson is definitely in the mix. There's no doubt about it. But I think his management team is doing a good job of, picking and choosing his opponents. That way they can ensure he gets to where he needs to go. You know what I mean? They don't want any surprises, if you know what I mean, Mike.
He's Bob Abrams' cash cow, man.
Yeah, that's it.
He's Bob Abrams' cash cow.
Yeah.
So he's making that money. He's ranked 3rd right now in the U.S. He's 15th in the world. He's slowly climbing up, man. So, it's only a matter of time before Carl gets to know who he is.
Is our Canadian heavyweight there, Mike, the Canadian guy ranked?
What's his name?
Which one? Which Canadian?
Remember the guy, Magdalena? Megadonov?
Arsenbek Megomedov. Yeah, that was good.
I always get his name wrong.
The Lion, who's
is he actually ranked yet at all?
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably ranked in what, top 25? Just curious, right? I mean, he looks like a force going forward, man. Every fight I've seen him in, I really liked him.
He's currently ranked 16th in the world. Right behind Big Baby.
16?
Yeah.
Really? Well, there you go.
Yeah. He's 34, guys. He's fighting out of Montreal, Canada. 17-0, 16 KOs. The guy's 6'5.5", weighing in at like 265, 270. You know,
He's a monster.
he's a big boy. He's fought some. He's fought some guys, but we're about to see this guy finally get in the ring with maybe somebody a little more. A higher caliber, because honestly,
Yeah.
he's been just running through his opponents right now.
Well, the great thing about it too is that if he gets in the top 10, that'll put like what, Mike? Probably 5 Canadian fighters in the top 10 ranked world rankings.
Well, yeah, not in the heavyweight division though.
No, not the heavyweight division. I'm just saying Canadians overall. They have 5 fighters in different divisions that are ranked 10 and up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. But here's the thing: Arsenbeck is not. He's not ranked as a Canadian. He is ranked as his own country. So
really,
yeah.
Oh wow! So he's ranked as a Russian.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right. But yeah, man, you got Arsenbeck and Jared slowly following those heels of people like Parker, Bacoli, Chisora, Hargovich, and then Joyce. Looking forward to seeing that one. Zhang and Joyce, that rematch coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to Joyce losing again.
He didn't have an answer for that left, but he came out playing a different game than he usually plays. And honestly, it's what started him getting hit in that eye that eventually lost him the fight.
Right.
Right? Like, that's what lost him the fight. Like, that left, that unanswered left. You can't come down with a big guy like that, like Zhang, who's just got so much accuracy and sharpness on that left hand that he has. And Zhang, like, we watched that guy fight almost till he died. Remember that? And they had to pull him off. He was going through kidney failure.
Yeah.
Like,
that guy's got a lot of guts.
What's interesting? So I'm having a look here just while you guys are chit-chatting because of Carl from Last Bell Boxing and his comment saying North American better hope so as we have no other talent. So I'm looking at BoxRec at the rankings around the world, and the heavyweights Ukrainian, okay, cruiserweights Badu Jack, light heavies Dmitry Bivol, super middles Sal Alvarez, middle is Triple G, super welters Tim Tszyu, welters Terence Crawford. So I've not mentioned one British fighter yet. Super light Regis Prograis, light Gervonta Tank Davis, super feather Emmanuel Navarrete, feather Brandon Figueroa, not one Englishman yet. Super bantam Inui, bantam Manuel Rodriguez, superfly Juan Estrada, flyweight Yassi Rodriguez, light fly Tajari from Japan, and minimum Panya Padzibri. Again, not one British fighter ranking number 1 in the men's. Should I look at the women's while we're at it, just for fun? I was just Carl had me curious.
Yeah.
I had a look, and there's not one British fighter in that ranks number 1. So I don't know.
So they're ranking Bivol ahead of Beterbiev, light heavy.
Well, I was just listing off the number 1s according to BoxRec. Okay, so I wasn't looking down the list and seeing in each division who was where, but yeah, in light heavy they've ranked Dmitry Bivol as with his 21-0 record. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear Floyd Mayweather? What he has to say about Naoya Inoue?
No.
So he believes that a mega fight can go down between Inoue and Davis. He believes that after watching Naoya move up in weight and not just defeat, but destroy Stephen Fulton to become the junior featherweight world champion.
Would that be British? Stephen Fulton?
No, Steve Fulton Jr.
Oh,
American.
Yeah, the American.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who went over to Japan, brought his titles there. Naoya Inoue was like, "I'm the monster. You're in my house.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna wreck you." And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He literally he made Fulton look like he was not supposed to be there. So Mayweather believes that the mega fight between these two can happen despite the 13-pound difference between the two. Mayweather thinks that he has pinpointed a way to make the bout happen. what he would like to see is if he could fight Gervonta at a catch weight, that'd be a hell of a fight. But you got to think of this: like, how much more would Inoue have to come up? Because he had to come up to 122, and Gervonta had to vacate the belts at 130 because he can't make that weight no more. So it's kind of funny, but I would love to see that fight because
that's a big stretch.
That's a huge stretch, right? That's a huge stretch. But like, you know, can Inoue do it? Can Inoue tack on another 5, 6, 7 pounds and still perform at the way he does? Maybe. Because he does look small at 122. He looks like he could put on a bit more weight, but is he still going to have that same pop, that speed, that finesse that he has at the weight that he's at now?
Right.
He's already 4 division champion. I'd like to see it though. I think that would be the mega fight to see. Inoue, Davis. I think I put my money on Inoue on that one.
It would be a good fight. It would be a good fight. I don't know if I'd put it in the mega fight category though.
It would be a mega fight for the small guys, so we'll call it a mini fight.
That's a mini fight, that one.
Well, some of those heavyweights take shits as big as these guys. Like, come on. Like, come on. The Lion, the guy's like 6'6.5" and 270 pounds. He probably craps out a Buick.
Thank you for that image. All right. What else we got going on, Nathan?
Oh, yeah. You wanted to talk about Poland, right?
Yes. Well, it's coming up on the 20th. I think that's in like 2 days.
It's actually coming up on the 26th.
Oh, 26th.
Yeah, which is next weekend. So, yeah, guys, Daniel Dubois is making a trip to Poland to, fight for that IBF, IBO, WBA, and WBO titles. This one, honestly, I don't even care to watch this one. But really? I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Oh, guys, yeah, there's this undercard. I know a bunch of the guys on this undercard. I've been following them for a while. It's definitely going to be a good card. There's going to be lots of action on this. The one name that's sticking out right now is Fyodor Serzekia. He's 22-0 in that middleweight division. Last time I saw him out, I don't know if you guys will remember it. I think it was. I believe he fought. I want to say it was Elias Espadas. Yes, he fought this guy. This kid's big. This one was a 9th round TKO. Definitely, this was a battle. This kid, 6'1" with a 72-inch reach, 27 years old, and right now he's ranked 18th in that middleweight division. He hasn't fought too many big names, but we're now finally starting to see and hear from him. He's fought on U.S. soil 3 times, and the rest has pretty much been home. Poland, Ukraine, all that area. But here's another kid coming onto the scene, and definitely we get to see him on that undercard. So, and honestly, I do like the way this kid fights. He's definitely got some heart. He's got some he's got that long reach. He's got some nice hands to go along with it. So it's going to make for some good action, guys. That's 28th, I said, I believe. Yeah.
I was curious. What I was curious is, it is a pay-per-view fight, huh? So it's going to be the Usyk Dubois fight is a pay-per-view fight. Because I was curious, what I was curious about, I knew neither of you guys could answer this question. Like, what size stadium were they fighting in Poland? Is this going to be one of these massive 100,000 seat football stadiums? Because they never, ever stage a heavyweight fight for a title in Poland. This has probably got to be the first. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It does kind of remind me of, seeing the Thrill in Manila or the Rumble in the Jungle, those kinds of putting them in foreign locations for whatever reasons, money, obviously, tax evasion, probably. But it is going to be held in Poland on, TNT
26?
Sports. So wow. So just to answer my own question, Usyk versus Dubois pay-per-view can be viewed through BT TV. I think that's British Telecom. I think Virgin TV and Sky, or online via the web or the TNT Sports Box Office app. You don't need to be a TNT Sports subscriber to buy this event. I'm just trying to look to see if there's a price here. I'm curious what they're pulling. No, it doesn't say. Doesn't mention a price. Huh?
Yeah, so it's a mega stadium.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a mega stadium.
I for one cannot pronounce that city. Wrocław.
Yeah, good.
Wrocław.
Good luck.
Being fun in Poland.
Capacity over 45,000.
45,000. That's good.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Over 45,000. Something like 1,200 boxes. It's a big place.
Be a nice place to see it. I mean, I've been to Eastern Europe, and it's a fun place to go. It's not what we might think here in the West in terms of being part of the Eastern Bloc or behind the Iron Curtain, as it was once known. It's actually a great place to visit, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. It's a huge stadium, open roof, so hopefully it doesn't rain. But yeah, it's got some nice VIP sections. It's going to be big attendance. Plus, if it's a title fight, that this is going to be massive, man. There's going to be tons of people that are coming. It should make for a good event. And yes, of course, it's going to be pay-per-view. You got to make some money.
I was speaking to. I'm going to sidebars on this one for just a brief moment because it has an impact on the Usyk supporters from Ukraine. So I was speaking to someone in Turkey, and Turkey was saying they've got absolutely, I'm not going to say millions because I have no idea, but a lot of people from both Ukraine and Russia descending into Turkey with money. They're not looking for jobs. They're not looking for support. They're settling in. They're just simply avoiding the fighting that's going on. Because they're telling their Turkish friends, where we are from, although there's a war going on, it really doesn't impact us. But why stick around? So anyway, I'm wondering to myself, there's obviously hotbeds of fighting going on for sure, without a doubt. There are people being killed. I'm not making light of it, but I'm curious how many people from Ukraine will simply drive or take the train up to Poland and check that fight out.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Oh, one name I just realized, a couple names on here that I forgot. Hamza Shiraz is going to be on that card as well.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Anthony Yajit. So, it's going to be a good card. Guys, you're going to watch it too because it's the championship. Like, you're going to see it. We're going to see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. We'll all see it. It's great. But yeah, that's there's not much other boxing going on, guys.
But I do wonder this then. Let's just say per chance Dubois wins. I wonder if he's the guy that Eddie Hearn is thinking would be the setup man for Joshua next, as opposed to taking Wilder head on if the Saudis aren't going to come through with the money.
Fury's about to get his head knocked in through a guy that throws as hard as a Ford Fiesta coming at you at 60 kilometers an hour with 4-ounce gloves on. He thought
yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
I don't know. And how are you still holding the WBC belt?
Yeah, how does he hold a belt doing that?
That's what I don't understand.
And how do these commissions? I don't get it. How do they allow some of these guys to go on so long, and some other guys are like, no, it's right now. You got a mandatory 3 months or it's gone. But yet you can have assholes sitting out like a year and a half. It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
You know what? The commission needs to just commission out of here.
Imagine if Lou Eisen was joining us tonight, what he'd have to say about that.
Oh, you would have went on for like 40 minutes. We could have I could have said that, and we could have just sat back, and then I would have been like, thanks for tuning in to today's episode, folks, and have a good
So other than Alicia Baumgartner, we haven't really mentioned women's fights. Are there any women battling it out these days? I know Michaela Miller's got a fight coming up, but I can't think of any of the girls who. I know one of them's heading into surgery. I don't think Amanda Serrano's doing anything.
Leanne Cruz is fighting this weekend, but it's an untelevised event. Avril Matthew is fighting on the 19th.
Against who?
She is taking on Johanna Zuinga. This one's taking place in Coco La Cocos Restaurant Sports Bar in Sosa. So yeah, that one's scheduled for 8 rounds. Also in action coming up, we have Zarina McCoy, the Black Rose. She will be fighting next weekend on the 25th. Yeah, there's some girls coming up. Julian Smith, the Quiet Storm, in action this weekend. Invited to sit ringside with Jake Paul's family at Jake Paul's last fight. So yeah, only professional deaf boxer going right now. So definitely one to watch. Up and coming deaf, doing this game. Sporting a 6-2 record with 4 knockouts. He's taking on Julio Rosa this weekend at Carib Royal Orlando in Orlando, Florida.
Right.
This one is scheduled for 6 rounds. It's on the undercard of the Nestor Bravo and Will Madera fight. This one you can see on the Zone, guys. You can check this one out. It's a Box Lab Promotions. There's some other fighters on here. Elijah Flores, Lorenzo Medina. We also got Alexander Rios Vega is on the card. Medina is taking on Antonio Torres. So there's a lot of sub 10 fights here. This is what I like. These are the guys that I like to watch. This is definitely going to be a great card. This is tonight, guys. I believe it's getting underway in the next 20 to 30 minutes. This one, definitely want to watch it. You got a lot of these guys, sub 10 fights. That's what you want. These guys are going to put they're going to put their heart in it. They're trying to keep that O, right? That big thing. It's that O. That first lesson is always a hard one. It's hard to come back from. These guys are not trying to feel that, so they're trying to keep that O. They're trying to leave undefeated, so usually that makes for a lot of great fighting. Definitely there's going to be a great knockout. Can't wait. Monday on Knuckle Up, coming back.
Hey, nice.
Monday, Knuckle Up is coming back. And our opening show, we are going to have Musan Kaysan on an interview, the Muslim boxer. Bring him back, see how he's doing.
Yep.
Right on.
He's got a fight that he says he's going to be booking. He's going to let us know what he's been doing since we last talked to him, and he's definitely going to let us know what the future holds for him. Guys, if you haven't checked him out, definitely check out his social media, man. It's always a joke, man. This guy posts all the time. He's got these little skits. I'm telling you, man, the guy is not also talented in the ring. He is a talented social media influencer, so definitely check him out. The Muslim boxer. He will be on the show Monday for an interview. Jamie TKV is going to be coming in, talking to us. I'm trying to get him in to the studio this week, for next week as well, for the return of Knuckle Up. We want to talk to him about Anthony Joshua's camp, because he was there to spar Anthony Joshua to prep him for this fight coming up. So it'd be nice to catch an inside look at what was going on during that camp, prior to this big victory that Anthony Joshua came through with. So definitely some big things going on for the return of Knuckle Up.
Very good, Mike. Awesome.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what do you got lined up for Female Friday?
Surprise. You'll have to tune in and see.
Yeah, I will.
You'll have to tune in and see. Well, we're gonna be talking ladies, guaranteed. We're gonna be talking ladies.
I know. The funny thing is we've now been doing this for a few years. It's coming kind of full circle. We talk about Dennis McCann, we talk about O'Shea Jones, people like that, who we've been following their careers. Now they can come on the show and not just talk like a humble sub 10 type up and coming talent. Now they've actually done
Yeah.
something, achieved something, and are looking to make big steps forward. So how they can, and these guys, what we found, they're all great talkers. The youngsters are great talkers.
Yeah.
And that's what we enjoy. And I do remember, Bob Arum had negative things to say about Terence Crawford when he left Top Rank, and that was that Terence Crawford would not promote his fight. Why? Because he just didn't feel comfortable talking in public. But he seems to have come out of his shell since leaving Top Rank, since
Yeah.
fighting Errol Spence. He seems to now be talking at will. And I've been speaking to some people in Africa as well, and trying to line up. Now they're 6 hours ahead of us, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to line up interviews one-on-one. But our man David Rajuli, who hosts Ringside Talk, he's got a few good fighters lined up as well. Again, in the African continent, over 2,500. I didn't realize it until the other day. Over 2,500 professional boxers registered on BoxRec. 2,500 on the African continent from all
Holy
countries. Yeah,
Yes, I believe they're second behind Mexico.
and we hardly ever hear about their fights or who's come up through the ranks. We hardly ever hear. So anyway.
Unless we talk to the dangerous darky, David Rajuli.
So, and we do, and he's back. He's finished I think he's had his last fight of the year, so he's back now in South Africa.
Yeah, I believe he was in Germany for a while there, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's where he trains.
Yeah,
and I think he was fighting in the Netherlands. But anyway, the point matter is he's now back in South Africa with his family and back behind his laptop or phone or whatever device he's using, and ready to bring us up to date on the African scene. And what I was saying though is I was talking to some other Africans as well, and they were mentioning names. I'm going, sorry, I've never heard of these guys, and they're blown away because these it's like us talking about Jared Anderson and someone saying, I've never heard of him.
We've just been asked if we can do a live event on the 29th of Budo.
A live streamed fight?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
As we're on air here, a message just came in from a friend of ours over at Boxing Ontario who just asked if we're available for the 29th. I believe it is. I heard it's Ireland versus you, which is Canada. So,
wow, that ought to be fun.
That's what I think.
That ought to be serious fun.
The 29th.
It's professional fighters.
I'm not sure. Let's check it out. We'll have to check it. I'll have to get more information. We'll find out. All I know is that the fighters that are coming for this were at one of the last Red Owl events, and I believe the Red Owl event was a pro event. So definitely, this could be an exciting fight.
Yeah, no. I'd like to go back to Budo. That was a good time.
You haven't been there since they smashed out the walls and added 1,000 chairs.
You're right. I have not. Wow. So that goes. Yeah, because that. Yeah, okay, good. That's good. I was going to say because there was that blocked off area where they had all the punching bags and things of that nature. And I'm not saying that was a bad thing. I'm just saying they could have put so many more seats in that area if it was available.
They did the knockout. So they knocked a wall out here, like this. They put in a real size ring, I think 22 feet or something like that. They now have enough seating. If they're putting up VIP tables for 750. If they have tables, if they don't have tables, it's up over 1,000 people.
And the good thing is I believe Tyler Buxton has another show coming up at the Pickering Casino. I think that's in September, and I think actually that's where I read about Ricardo Brown, the 8-0 undefeated heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything from Lee Baxter lately. So, but it's great to hear that Budo's putting on bigger and better professional fights. You can tell that person, so long as the licensing rights are still available to us, we will accept it with open hands, be there, and live stream it to our fans around the world.
Oh yeah, definitely. Budo, great place.
Yeah,
the guys, the owners have always been so accommodating to us from day one. It's been great. Also, That's Sugar's home gym. That's where she got started out there at Budo.
What?
Yeah, teaching.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, teaching there. So
Wow.
she had a spot teaching there for a while. They know her. We did tell Sugar about this event on the 29th, so she might try to make it up here to make a surprise appearance.
Wow.
So that would be good, because she's got to travel up from down south there, and through the border and come on back to
her stomping grounds.
The igloos and hockey players.
The good old days.
Right, eh? Well,
all right.
Yeah.
We got anything else? Got anything, Neil? Come on, Neil. You've always got something to say.
Well, I'm just listening to you guys a bit tonight. It's been quite interesting. Thanks for having me out. I really appreciate it.
Neil, are we the same?
Yeah. Everything's good this week on Boxing 101. Graham, Mike, we're going to talk a little bit about, of course, Jared Anderson has a fight next weekend. We're also going to talk a little bit about Usyk and Dubois, obviously, and just give them my opinion on what I think is going on. All right, as we've been talking about, it's in Poland, big stadium, should be a pretty big event, as we know. It's going to determine the winner. If Dubois wins, could be maybe could be another opponent for Joshua or somebody of that sort. It'll be a good fight. So I'm looking forward to that. I know that in the upcoming year, there's going to be lots of really big stuff. Like every month, there's always big fights, as we know, guys. Like, there's Jesse McCaskill's fighting in October, I believe. And, Better Biev, I saw he's fighting in January of 2024 here in
don't forget Smith Eubank too coming up.
Oh, yeah.
On September the 2nd.
Who?
That's going to be a good one.
Who's that, Mike?
Smith Eubank too.
Yeah.
That's September the 2nd. That one's coming up. We got Cruel and Pennington on the 9th.
Yeah.
No, sorry, the 7th. Lopez Gonzalez is on the 15th. We got Zepeda and Gesta on the 16th. So, and there it is. The Joe Joyce. Zhang.
Yeah,
September 23rd, guys. Mark that one down on your calendar. You're not going to want to miss that. No. The Juggernaut. I want to see the Juggernaut come out and do what he does, and that's not turn his gas tank off and not sweat.
Yeah.
Just come out for like 12 rounds, beat the crap out of somebody, and then look like he could go for a 20-mile run. He didn't do that last time. Last time he came out looking a little more trim than he was, because he did come out a lot less than he did before, right? He wasn't the same guy. He tried to execute a different game plan. He tried to box with Zhang, and it really didn't work out in his favor until he caught those shots in the eye. And I don't care what you say. You can see through and everything, but when you're constantly going like this and it's watering, and guys throwing those shots back at your face at the same eye, and you have no answer for it, eventually you're gonna get stopped, and that's what happened. I think Joyce was. It was a very lackluster performance from him. I wasn't impressed. But hey, I'm not taking away from Zhang, who, with that left hand, could probably knock more than half these guys out with that left hand. Man, that left hand he's got is just vicious.
Yeah, in the process, he became the Michael Jordan of China, quite frankly.
Yeah,
the guy is a Chinese hero now,
because he is the first world heavyweight champion ever in China.
Yeah, I heard through a friend of mine from China that as we talked about before, China has a huge boxing community, like just massive, like as they're
it's been around since the 1890s, man. Yeah,
and they're very they're very well schooled in China as far as a sport. They got a big MMA guy, I believe, who's coming up too. Not that I'm just saying, as far as the boxing is concerned, he says there are numerous fights going on throughout China constantly. So we'll try to take a look at some of these fights a little closer, I think, in the future. I'd like to, anyways, guys. Let them know what's happening, because
it's such a different atmosphere when you watch those fights too. Like you could hear somebody fart in the audience. It's so quiet. Like it's ridiculous. Like everybody sits there like this, and then they clap.
It's like going to a Leaf game now.
Yeah,
true.
Leafs, the Maple
It,
Leafs.
if you want to cross borders over there in Asia and just take a look at the difference between, so, when we talk about Japan, we talk about several fighters, okay, because they do have some good champs, okay, without a doubt. But then I didn't realize how big it was in Vietnam and in Thailand, let alone China. Like, boxing is huge over there, huge. And I asked my Chinese friend, I think I told you guys this, because he was the one telling me there's over 110 gyms, boxing gyms in Shanghai, one city alone. Okay. But I said to him in a joking way, so is it the biggest sport? He goes, no. Ping pong is still the biggest sport in China. Yeah, no
Full
kidding.
contact ping pong?
Full contact ping pong is the biggest sport in
I'm
China right
telling
now.
And you got to say it like they like to say it. Ping pang.
Yeah,
It's
that's
ping-pong.
crazy, Graham. Ping pong is the most the biggest sport in China. Who would have known that?
It's gonna make me go watch Great Balls of Fury now. I keep hearing about, everybody's been talking about ping pong. That's all I keep hearing. And then I meet a guy named Ping. And every time I hear it, every time I meet, I want to say pong right after it.
Hey, another quick one, guys, before we go here. We haven't touched on this tonight. The Canelo Charlo deal.
Oh, right.
It's like what, 6 weeks away? Less? 5?
It's far enough away where we
have some room here to maneuver. But if you want my initial thoughts,
you guys given any thoughts or heard anything from either of the camps?
well, we have often talked about Canelo picking and choosing, shall we say, his opponents very carefully, or shall we say his management and
Absolutely.
him, and ensuring and now there are people coming out saying no, you deserve that pound for pound title, blah blah blah. Okay. So now along comes Mike and I, and maybe you as well, Neil, have talked about the Charlo brothers for a long time. Okay. This is a great example of fighters who we have been following, and now they're both putting it on the table. They're saying, okay, fine, put me in a ring with the greatest. I'll show you who's great. And so therefore I think it's Jermell Charlo who's taking on Canelo, right? Not Jermall.
Yeah.
Jermell. So I think he's got a great chance to beat Canelo. I really do. A great chance.
No, he does. He
certainly does. He's a good fighter. He's Canelo's not a shoo-in in this one either. Any way you look at it.
He's got a jaw. He's got a heavy right hand combination there that he likes to throw. Like, all of his highlight reels are the same. He like closes that distance at like the blink of an eye. And it's like 1-2, and it's like just relentless, man. And he'll just stalk. Canelo, he's really good and he's really evasive. I've seen him duck, 20 friggin' shots thrown at him, like that kind of stuff. So this is going to be a very interesting fight. But Charlo is naturally a bigger guy.
Right.
This is another thing. Charlo's a really, he's a naturally bigger guy. What these guys are fighting at, what is it, 150, 156 or something like that?
150,
I was thinking 158.
154, 158. Yeah.
Well, whatever. Under 160. Anyways.
I mean, they just recently came face to face, so I mean the promo.
Super.
Have you seen the face to face? You guys? Did you check out the pics?
Yeah.
It was good. It was a nice little face off. Charlo's got a couple inches in height on him, but he's got the longer reach, and on game day, he's definitely going to be the heavier guy. And
it's super middle, 168, guys.
There you go. Sorry,
that's what I said.
Oh yeah, I thought you said 158. I was thinking.
I did originally.
It's super middle, not middle. Super middle. Middle's 160. Super middle 168.
But it's like Charlo's wanted to take this fight for a long time. So
he's been begging for it every time I see them. They keep calling him out. They've been calling him out for years.
Oh yeah.
Right. They know that these is the mega fights. These are the ones they want. But hey, this could backfire for them too. You know what I mean, Mike?
Hey, it could. It really could. Let's be real. Like Canelo, he's 33 years old. He's been He's been doing this since 2005, guys.
Yeah.
He's been doing this a long time.
Charlo's 33 too, Mike.
He's boxed over 470 rounds of boxing matches, man. Okay, so
He's a
you
veteran.
never know. You never know. This one though, it's gonna be huge. It's good.
I mean, look, just look at a record here: 59-2-2. Canelo and Charlo 35-1. They're both 33 years old. So there you go. But right, Canelo has got a way more rounds under his belt.
Yeah, that's because Canelo turned. He had 2 years as a pro more. 2 years as a pro more than Jermell, right? So that's what it is, really.
Absolutely, a couple of years extra, right?
Yeah.
All good, and good
right.
stuff to look forward to. It's been a great year so far.
Just a little tidbit. All right, guys.
Yeah. There's a big difference too, in height, man. Like, I believe Canelo's 5'8", Charlo's 6 feet. 70 and a half inch reach for Canelo.
But I remember saying that when the first fight between Joshua and Usyk, saying, Joshua's got the advantage, he's got the height advantage, the reach advantage, but lost the fight because Usyk just came on the inside. And no one was expecting. I don't think anyone was expecting that. So I mean, does height have an advantage? No. Oh my gosh, I saw the funniest. Okay, wasn't funny for the loser, but in this case, there's a fighter out there called Black Bean. I can't remember what his real name is, but he's the Black Butter Bean. Okay,
Butter Bean.
This guy, he is huge. Okay, huge fella, huge, absolutely monstrous. Okay, huge, like 400 pounds type shit. Okay,
whoa.
But he lost. He got knocked out, but he lost the fight. Is my point. So size does not really matter in boxing. Kinda.
Well, they're saying Canelo's 5'9" and Charlo's 5'11". So there you go, 2 inch difference in height. So.
All right.
No, 5'8" and 6 feet, bro.
Yeah.
He's 4 inches taller.
Yeah, man.
Canelo's
5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Charlo's 6 foot with a 73-inch reach.
Wow. All right.
That
is a bit of a difference.
It's a good fight.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay. You gonna take us out, Mike?
Yeah, man. To all the Talking Fight fans around the world, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Friday Night Panel with yours truly, Mike Orr. My man, the deal, Grumpy Graeme. It's Friday, guys. You know what it is. Fighting solves everything. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, new topics.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.